somebody brought this matter to me on Twitter. She and her husband have been keeping Malice for 2 weeks.
Wow, that's a long time.
She's been trying to break the ice for the past few days because it's Christmas season and they have to have a conversation, you know. In fact, she said that they wanted to get things for the kids, new clothes and that kind of stuff, but she just busted. She considers the guy was not receptive. But now she just feels like everybody's happy, everybody's sharing stories and, you know, of joy and peace and happiness. But she's just feeling frustrated because her husband has refused to have a conversation.
Yay.
So I'm bringing this matter to the ladies. How do we help Auntie to break the ice?
I don't understand how anyone, especially in this period, because for many people, if you're married, you know that there's some important occasions where you just put everything aside to enjoy the occasion. But if someone, because I'm not that sort of person that can keep Malice for a long time, I don't understand how anyone would do that except if it's so serious and probably unforgivable. But if it isn't, bros, what's happening?
How does somebody in that kind of situation break the ice? You know, I mean, I have been in that situation a few times where, you know, I think I can keep Malice and just, and I think the person I'm keeping Malice is a professional Malice keeper.
Pro max.
So me, I think I'm keeping Malice and like 2 days, I'm like, how far? And the guy is like, we're just starting. Hey. I'm still warming up. I can do this.
But may I say that, first of all, my father-in-law always says that when trouble is squatting, it's easier to push it down than when the trouble stands up. So as a married woman, it starts from the root. The anger is there. You are not able to have a conversation. Then the malice is starting. Then you let it linger for up to 2 weeks. At this point, when you now want to come back to the table, it's more difficult than if you had trashed, like, today, this thing you did, well, you're not going anywhere. Let us talk about it and resolve it immediately.
Well, so basically, what she's saying is that as for now, to break the ice is what she's asking.
So the lady wants to
quickly say before you enter, enter the house, enter the room, lock the door. Either you swallow the key or put it somewhere.
Naked.
Baby, naked. Today,
naked.
How do naked do?
No, why can't you?
Naked. We gotta do something. No. I'm like, hide the key. We're naked.
Meaning that
there's nothing you should hide from your spouse. And there is the best way to get peace is when you open up yourself and your vulnerability 100%. I cannot continue living like this. So it's both symbolic in being physically in that state as well as being emotionally open. So you let him know, like, I would kneel, I would beg, I would cook, I would lie, I would do anything. Like, whatever you want, let's resolve this issue. That's what it is. But there's another part. That's the tension in the family.
Yes.
So you might not be keeping malice, but there is tension. And many people have tension this season, have had tension this season. Like, when I say tension, even my husband just look at me, I'm like, this, like, take it soft now. Because the season and the financial pressure and the family pressure and the whatever we're doing might put you on the edge. So we need to deliberately tell ourselves, because you might not, whoever is watching might not have a spouse that'll say, calm down. So you might bring in that heat, and he's also bringing in the heat. So you have a lot of strife and quarrel within the house. It is not the season for quarreling. So if you are in that space where you are quarreling or you're fighting, please just use this show we're having now as a moment to face each other and say, I love you, let's make it work.
How many of you have kept malice with people this year? And it's time for us to start reviewing those friendships and start apologizing, I would say, or see the ones that you want to totally discard.
Sometimes we confuse malice with finding peace. And some friends, you stay away from them because you're trying to find peace. And then they can define it as you're keeping malice from them. And I've been in that situation where someone says, you do not talk to me, you're keeping malice. And I'm like, no, I'm finding peace. And I realize that you are not bringing me peace.
So for me too, I'm not a malice kind of person. I'm unable to do that. I'd rather have a conversation. But I'm very good at taking myself out of a situation. If it does not bring me peace, if there's always negative energy, if every time I'm in your presence or we've just had a conversation, I go away feeling bad, you know, I know how to take myself out of situations like that.
When you know somebody who is toxic, somebody who, for them, they think they are giving you value, but you know that you're not getting value. What you're getting more is harm to to yourself, to your emotions, to your well-being. How do you let go of that person, especially as we're wrapping up the year, and you don't want that person to cross over to you with you to the 2021?
Okay, so I wouldn't use the word malice because I had to cut out a few family members this year. I realized that all of the relationships I've had with those people had been toxic. It was affecting my mental health. I just kept saying, they are my blood, they are my blood. They will do again. I was like, they are my blood. My husband would say, let it go. Don't worry, let it go. But it came to a point where I had to tell myself, I didn't even take this from other people. Why am I doing this? Because it's family. And I had to remove myself from that situation. And I said, never.
So you don't pick the calls?
No. I block you, block everybody.